as traditional ruler marks 15 years on the throne. Citizens react to payment of pensions to ex-governors and deputies. Presidential task force and COVID-19 worries over mental state of coronavirus survivors. Abroad, China finally congratulates U.S. President-elect. Welcome to News Tonight. I am Dee Wilson. The state governor, Senator Ifeanyi Okowa, has charged indigents of Ogulaha Kingdom to sustain the existing peace in the kingdom in order to attract more practical developments. Governor Okowa gave the charge during the celebration of the 15th year coronation anniversary of the Ebenanowe of Ogulaha, King Joseph Timiya Torubobo I at Ubotobo in Ogulaha Kingdom, Boruto local government area. Terebutu reports.
The governor, represented by his deputy, the King Kingsley Otwaro, said the 15 years reign of King Joseph I Timiya Torubobo I had attracted unprecedented development to the kingdom. He said the state was proud of the Ogulaha monarch, stressing that his reign had transformed the communities in the kingdom and enjoined him to rule with the fear of God. The governor promised that the concerns raised by the Ogulaha monarch would be addressed by relevant government agencies. Governor Okowa enjoined the people of Ogulaha Kingdom to live in peace and unity and protect all government infrastructure in the area. The governor, while congratulating the Ogulaha paramount ruler for his successful 15 years on the exalted throne and wished him God's divine wisdom to pilot the affairs of the kingdom, said his administration places high premium on the traditional institution.
We are very proud as a state of Ogulaha Kingdom and of course the royal school. We are proud of Ogulaha Kingdom because this is one notable kingdom among many other oil producing and gas producing kingdoms in Delta State that is very, very peaceful. That you are the custodian of the laws, of the customs and tradition of your people. We expect over and over again, just like you have met that expectation, that you keep maintaining the peace and stability of the people.
The Ebenanowe of Ogulaha Kingdom, King Joseph Timiya, said that 15 years of his ascension to the throne had been a remarkable one. He called on Czech Petroleum Development Company SPDC and other oil companies operating in the area to ensure good working relationship with his subjects as well as employ indigenes in the kingdom in their companies. The monarch noted that within the last 15 years, the kingdom had experienced notable changes ranging from good road network, stable supply of electricity, provision of pipe-borne water, among others. Torubobo I thanked the state government and the oil companies operating in the kingdom for attracting people-oriented projects to the areas while appealing to government to do more. The week-long 15th year coronation anniversary of the Ogulaha monarch climaxed with the inauguration of the Palace Hall by the Deputy Governor, the King Kingsley Otwaro, and the cutting of the anniversary cake. Some members of the National Assembly, State House of Assembly, and the State Executive Council were present at the coronation anniversary. I am Pere Botu reporting.
Participants at the Delta Online Publishers Forum interactive program are brainstormed on the way forward after the #EndSARS protest, which led to destruction of properties and killing of police and some protesters, especially at the Lekki toll gate. The event dwelt essentially on preferring both immediate and far-reaching solutions to the issues that snowballed into the #EndSARS protest. Many of the participants agree that the initial aim of the protest was on the need for a better Nigeria for all, good governance, better and reform placing, job for all, able and qualified Nigerian youths, and the need to create a better future for the generations yet unborn. The Vice Chairman of the Nigerian Institute of Public Relations, NUPR, Mr. Sakwe, who anchored the event, said the agitation was a fallout of the attempts of political leaders to suppress the people and leave them in perpetual hunger and servitude. It demanded the arrest and prosecution of the criminal elements, but faulted the freezing of accounts of some promoters of the protest, seizing their international passports and noted that such action on the part of government was hypocritical and in no way a solution to the agitations of Nigerian youths. OJ General Manager, Ponta newspaper, Mr. Monday Nwagu, said there was need for orientation as it was key to nation building. Participants were drawn from civil society groups, non-governmental organizations, members of the National Union of Road Transport Workers, NURTW, mainstream media, youth parliament, student representatives, security institutions, and Christian Association of Nigeria, CAN. Reactions have continued to trail the payment of pension to ex-governors and the deputies following the announcement by Lagos State Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu to repeal the payment of pension law. Psalms Owojide reports.
The recent executive bill by the Lagos State Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu brought into focus the life pension enjoyed by governors and their deputies after leaving office. Some respondents stated that the monthly life pension for public office holders was insensitive and a betrayal of public trust, considering the challenging economic conditions where pensioners and millions of workers could not be paid adequately, as well as rising unemployment.
Pensions for politicians, because it's embezzled our money so much. We have civil servants that are suffering, we have people that are youths that are suffering. They should use the money to empower youths. That's what I have to say.
It's unfair. When somebody is not no money, he's supposed not to pay again. So to me, if they are able to stop not to pay the bill, it's okay.
We will they suffer. Why they no pay us? Poor people there, they're supposed to pay the pension, not be government.
In Lagos and a few other states, for example, a two-term governor is entitled to 2 houses, with one on the state capital and the other in Abuja, among other incentives. Some citizens were of the opinion that public office holders such as governors and their deputies should be compensated after leaving office.
I think if the least person to be paid pension, why not the governors or the politicians?
It would be recalled that a senior advocate of Nigeria and now Minister of State for Labor and Productivity, Festus Keyamo, described the life pension for public office holders as a burden on the nation's economy and expressed support for severance package instead of pension for life. Psalms Owojide reporting.
Ongoing budget defense held yesterday expressed grave concerns over the inefficiencies in the operations of the Bureau of Public Procurement and resolved to investigate a Deputy Director of Accounts and Grade Level Sustain, who was born on January 8, 1996, but employed December 15, 1992, and promoted Deputy Director on January 1, 2019. The lawmakers who expressed concern during the 2020 budget performance and 2021 budget defense of the BPP also demanded for the utilization of various subheads on 22,666 spent on welfare packages, 17.912 million on local training, 57.7 million spent on local travel and international travels during COVID-19 pandemic lockdown and the 2020 budget, among others. The lawmakers have frowned at the submission of the 2015-2016 auditor report of the Bureau, and 2020 also shaded the BPP management, which superintended on the audit report of 850 agencies, out of which 32 agencies have so far been concluded for failing to comply with extant financial regulations on the submission of audit report annually. The Director General of the Nigerian Civil Aviation Authority, NCAA, Captain Musa Nuhu, has said the international flight operation would resume at the Aminu Kano International Airport, Kano, and the Port Harcourt International Airport in Rivers State soon. Captain Nuhu, who stated this at the daily briefing of the Presidential Task Force on COVID-19 in Abuja, said the federal government was prepared to open the two airports to international flights. He said the reason for opening the airports was to decongest both the Lagos and Abuja airports, and also to facilitate passenger travel, as travelers will now arrive much closer to their destinations. According to him, this will make travel much more convenient for passengers. The international flight operations resumed at the Murtala Mohammed International Airport, Lagos, and the Nnamdi Azikiwe International Airport, Abuja, after a 6-month layover in September. Now on national news. Let's now join our national news desk for more stories from around the country.
The chairman of the Presidential Task Force on COVID-19, Boss Mustafa, has expressed worry over the mental state of causes of coronavirus survivors in Nigeria. Mustafa, also doubles as the secretary to the government of the Federation, stated this at the joint national briefing of the task force in the Federal Capital Territory, Abuja. He noted a report from researchers around the world regarding the state of psychiatric health of the survivors had identified plans for in-country response under the treatment and post-treatment regimes. The chairman of the PTF said monitoring the global situation would particularly help in the planning of trips, and warned that the number of COVID-19 cases had been fluctuating recently. Kwara State Governor Abdulrazak has said he will initiate measures to repeal the law that awards pension to all former governors and their deputies that have served in the state. Abdulrazak disclosed this in a statement signed by his chief press secretary, Rafe Ajekaje. The governor said he will initiate a bill to the State House of Assembly that passed the law that former governors and their deputies be paid pension to repeal the law. The Kwara State House of Assembly in 2011 passed a bill to pay pensions to governors and the deputies who have completed their tenure in the state. Among the past governors of the state are the late Mohammed Lawa, Bukola Saraki, and Abdul Fatih Ahmed. Kano State has inaugurated a high-powered committee for the enforcement of the 25% reduction of school fees in all private and voluntary schools in Kano State. This was disclosed by the Kano State Commissioner for Education, Malam Mohammed Sanu, who tasked the members to ensure full compliance of the government directive by all private and voluntary schools across the state in respect of the third-term school fees. He further charged members of the committee to identify the resource-secant schools as well as to make recommendation of appropriate disciplinary actions against them. The commissioner urged them to work as an enforcement agent so as to achieve the set objective, and frowned at the attitude of the defaulting private school proprietors, saying the government will not reserve its decision on the reduction.
Okoa government they improve agriculture.
We don't put the fishes inside rubber.
More na carry and put for inside the pickup now.
We don't do them.
Okay.
Hello, I know they also carry the fishes come my restaurant.
Okay, no wahala. Carry mud. Pelusco. Hi, see as your crops they grow well. Pelusco, you know now, Okowa administration inputs to agricultural sector for Delta State don't help us well. I tell you, the time where I want start, I don't get anything. Now Okowa government train me, they still empower me. Now they give me fishes. Why they start? And the land where we say they use. Okowa government now they still support many of us with the equipment where we take they use now for our farms. You see, this Okowa administration has been able to create an enabling environment for agricultural sectors, and it only attract foreign agricultural agencies to our state. I testify, Governor Okowa, man we sabi.
Hello?
They come.
Brought to you by Niger State Ministry of Information.
News desk for news around the globe.
World leaders have called for universal access to future COVID-19 vaccines and treatment. The leaders, who spoke at a 3-day peace forum in Paris, said the world could not win against the virus by abandoning a part of humanity. French President Emmanuel Macron, Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau, and Senegalese President Macky Sall, as well as Secretary General of Francophone countries Louis Mushikiwabo of Rwanda, supported the willingness to make the COVID-19 vaccine a common good, accessible to all and without restrictions. Over $500 million was pledged towards that end at the Peace Forum, which ended today. China today became one of the last major countries to congratulate US President-elect Joe Biden. China, along with Russia, avoided joining the throng that congratulated Biden last weekend after he and vice presidential running mate Kamala Harris secured enough electoral college votes to unseat President Donald Trump. Chinese Foreign Ministry spokesman Wang Wenbin, who gave no reason for the delay, said China respected the choice of the American people. US-Chinese relations have plunged to their lowest levels in decades amid a tariff war over China's technology ambitions, accusations of spying, and the coronavirus pandemic, among other issues of contention. Ghanaians have continued to pour praises on their former leader Jerry Rawlings, who died yesterday, with many eulogizing him as a patriot and a Democrat. President Nana Akufo-Addo ordered flags to fly at half-mast for 7 days from today as a sign of national mourning. All political campaigns have also been suspended for a period. The Ghana president, in a tweet, expressed the condolences of the government and people of Ghana to the family of the fallen former leader. He said the government would work closely with the Rawlings family on arrangements for a fitting state funeral and would keep the nation informed accordingly.
Join our business news desk for stories in the business world.
Petroleum Products Marketing Company, one of the downstream subsidiary of the Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation (NNPC), has hiked the ex-depot price of premium motor spirit (PMS), also known as petrol, by 7.50 naira per litre, bringing it to 155.17 naira per litre from the previous 147.67 naira per litre. The ex-depot price is the amount at which the PPMC sells the commodity at the depot to retail outlets, owners and fuel marketers across the country. This means that at 155.17 naira per litre, marketers would be dispensing the product to motorists at between 167 naira and 175 naira per litre. The PPMC also put the ex-coastal price of the commodity at 130 naira per litre. Nigeria's foreign exchange reserve plunged to a 12-week low of $35.63 billion on Wednesday, its lowest point since 21st August, when $35.607 billion was recorded. The reserve had been recording falls in recent months, dipping to $35.69 billion on 28 October from the $35.74 billion reported on 30th September. Africa's biggest economy, which is prompt on revenue from oil money, the provider of around 90% of its foreign exchange, had been taking a battering from the novel coronavirus, forcing it to cut the spending plan for the next year by around 40%, and the record slump of crude prices in April. Its foreign exchange reserve touched a record of low of $33.43 billion on 29th April before rescue came its way by way of $3.4 billion COVID-19 stimulus package from the International Monetary Fund.
The world of entertainment for news and showbiz.
Nigerian music sensation Davido has released his third studio album, A Better Time. The album was released exactly 11:59 p.m. last night and took over social media platforms in less than an hour. The album A Better Time has 17 tracks with features from Nicki Minaj, Mayor Kun, Chris Brown, Young Thug, Mugez, CK, Lil Baby, Nas, Hit Boy, Sho Mujozi, Bella Shmurda alongside Sauti Soul.
You got a smoky, sexy voice. Okay, you need to take your perky dial and turn
The
it
eagerly anticipated Friends reunion episode will now start filming next March. The special one-off show was due to start filming in August, but was delayed due to the coronavirus pandemic. It will bring together the original cast of Perry, Jennifer Aniston, Courtney Cox, Lisa Kudrow, Matt LeBlanc, and David Schwimmer. Friends, which followed the fortunes of 6 young friends living in New York City, originally aired from 1994 until 2004. The final show was watched by 52.5 million viewers in the US, making it the most watched TV episode of the 2000s.
Yes. Have you not done an eye chat before?
You look amazing.
Oh, thank you. Are you still in a codependent relationship with your ex, feeling like you don't deserve all the good things in your life? Yes and yes. So I guess that I should move forward with my kitchen remodel? I would. Okay, that's great.
Hollywood star Wentworth Miller has confirmed he will not be returning for the 6th season of Fox Network's Prison Break. Miller shocked fans with an Instagram post revealing his decision to boycott the show due to his decision to only play gay characters. In the trending post, Miller identified with the homosexual community while apologizing to fans and critics who fell in love with what he described as fictional.
Our country's falling apart. Welcome to the Civil War. We're gonna get you out of here.
You're gonna tell me everything.
You may not have 24 hours.
When those lights go black, you're gonna disappear from this place like ghosts.
For Delta TV Entertainment News Desk,
Tony Ilwaka,
Lillian Inwewungu.
Entertainment news. The Asaba Vasaba, Professor Obi Chike Dozier, will on Sunday at the Palace at 10 a.m. confer Oweshi Wanze Odua as the Odogu of Ahaba. According to the program of event, the ceremony will commence at 10 a.m. with Imanzu at Asaba's Palace to be followed by entertainment at his residence, Umagulu Moji Village, Monaje Quarters, Asaba. Saturday 21st at 10 a.m. will be for the Iwucha Naunzu at the Asaba's Palace to be followed by entertainment at the celebrant's residence, Umagulu Umoje Village, Monaje Quarters, Asaba. The grand finals of the ceremony will hold at the Odogu of Aba, Weshi Wanze, Odoa's residence, Umagulu Umoje Village, Monaje Quarters, Asaba at noon. A quick one on sports. The Super Eagles of Nigeria today failed to hold its 4-0 lead in the second half as they were held to a 4-4 draw by the Leon Stars of Sierra Leone at the Samuel Ogbomodia Stadium in the CAF 2021 African qualifying match. The Gannett Royal-Titted side opened scoring in the 5th minute through Alex Wobi before doubling Nigeria's lead with Victor Osinghe, making it 3, and Samuel scoring the 4th in the 32nd minute. The Sierra Leoneans, however, began their comeback in the second half and completed the comeback in the 87 minutes to pick a vital point ahead of the second leg match on the 17th of this month at the Siaka Stevens Stadium in Freetown. Nigeria remains top of the table with 7 points from 3 matches, while Sierra Leone remains bottom of Group C with 2 points. So much on the news tonight. Here is the thought for the day. Success will never lower its standard to accommodate us. We have to raise our standard to accommodate it. To end the news, there are highlights. The state governor, Senator Ifeanyi Okowa, has charged indigents of Ogulaha Kingdom to sustain the existing peace in the kingdom in order to attract more practical development. Governor Okowa made the charge during the celebration of the 15th year coronation anniversary of the Ebenanowe of Ogulaha, King Joseph Timeha Turubobo I at Obotobo in Ogulaha Kingdom, Ruto local government area. The chairman of the Presidential Task Force, PTF, on COVID-19, Mr. Boss Mustafa, has expressed worry over the mental state of scores of coronavirus survivors in Nigeria. China today became one of the last major countries to congratulate U.S. President-elect Joe Biden. Chinese Foreign Ministry spokesman Wang Weibin said China respected the wishes of the American people. That's the news. This is Joe Wilson. Good night. God bless you.